We've always been told that homeownership is the cornerstone of the American dream. But as an economist, I think about how dreams are achieved. I look at compounding interest, equity cycles, and timing. And right now, an entire generation is at risk of delaying their dreams.
In 1990, the median first-time homebuyer was 30 years old. Today, they're 40. That 10-year delay doesn't just reflect a different lifestyle, it's a massive financial hit. Our research shows that buying at 30 instead of 40 is worth an extra $119,000 in net worth by age 50.
We analyzed decades of data from the panel study of income dynamics, and we found evidence that homeownership acts as a forced savings vehicle. It doesn't just build housing wealth, it catalyzes the entire balance sheet. But the door is getting harder to open. Prices are rising almost twice as fast as incomes. Saving for a down payment used to take 3 years, and now it takes nearly 10.
This creates a stickiness to wealth. If your parents owned a home, you're more likely to own one by age 35. We're seeing a split in outcomes. Those with family bridges, inheritances, or down payment gifts, and those building wealth independently. And we have to talk about who is being left behind. Because of historical systemic barriers, the homeownership rate for white households is 75%, while for Black and Hispanic households, it's still under 50%.
When you delay homeownership, you delay wealth. And when you delay wealth, you change the trajectory of the next generation.
The ability to buy early is disappearing.
If we want to keep the path to wealth open, we need to figure out how to get people through the door sooner. In 1990, the median home was nearly $97,000. Today, it's over $400,000. To understand why your 30s feel so different than your parents' 30s, you have to look at the price-to-income ratio. In the 90s, a house cost about 3 times your annual income. Now, it's nearly 5. That gap is part of why the homeownership rate has dropped from its peak. We have 5 million missing homeowners, compared to what we'd see if the homeownership rate still matched 2004 highs. But it's not all bad news everywhere. If you look at the Sun Belt, places like Corpus Christi or Jacksonville, housing wealth for millennials and Gen Z has exploded by over 300% since 2019. The starter home still exists, it just moved to different zip codes. The cost of opening the door has changed. In the next chapter, we'll look at exactly what you lose when you wait to walk through it.
Why does it matter if you buy at 30 versus 40? You still end up with a house, right? Yes, but essentially you're starting the wealth growth game in the fourth quarter. Imagine family A and family B. Both have the same income. Family A buys at 30, family B waits until age 40. By age 50, our analysis finds that family A has $119,000 more in total net worth. It's not just appreciation, it's amortization, paying down that principal, and it's a forced savings effect. Homeowners tend to invest more in non-housing assets too. Waiting means less time to reap the benefits of homeownership. If you buy in your 40s, the wealth benefit over someone who's still renting at 50 drops to almost zero. Wealth isn't a sprint, it's a relay race. And in this metaphor, the house is the baton. Our data shows that growing up in a homeowner household makes you 18.4 percentage points more likely to buy early. Why? In part because parents can tap their own equity to help with down payments. 1 in 5 first-time homebuyers today is getting a family bridge.
Households arrive at homeownership through 3 different pathways, shaped by family resources, financial support, and market conditions. Path 1, the transfer. You inherit the home or the equity. You start the race at the finish line. Path 2, the assistance. You get the 20% down payment from your parents' HELOC. You start the race at a sprint. And path 3, building independently. You save every penny. You start the race late and the wind is in your face. All 3 examples result in homeownership, but the wealth accumulated from it is likely to differ in ways that affect the original households and the next generation.
So what's the takeaway from our 2026 Generational Wealth Report? Is it buy now or you're out of luck? No. The takeaway is that our housing market rewards those who can get in early, and it's getting harder to get in. We have to fix this. Lower interest rates will help. And we also need policies that boost supply and enable demand. We need entry-level construction in the right places. We can raise awareness about down payment assistance programs and mortgages that make buying sooner possible.
By enabling more paths to homeownership, we can bring young households into the market and begin to close the systemic racial homeownership gap. Currently, 75% of white households own a home versus just 44% of Black households, a disparity felt by the entire economy. Homeownership is still the most reliable path to wealth in America. We need to make sure the path doesn't require a head start that only some people can afford.